Alright, so this is another update. Here are the carrots. I mean, we're still growing. They're still growing. We got this one right here that has 3 sets of true leaves. This is another one, 3 sets. This is another one, 3 sets. So they're all growing. Here are my tomatoes. They're still growing too. Got some more true leaves coming in there. Here's my lonely lettuce that I put over here in this pot. I plan on transplanting some broccoli or cabbage on either side. We'll get to that story later. Look at my poor cantaloupe. It still has the true leaves on there, but as you can see, it's very yellow. I did fertilize them, and I think I found out why they started dying and stopped growing. It's because I had too much water in there. Now this pot is supposed to be automatic draining, but I noticed that it wasn't draining. I tilted it over and water eventually started coming out, so I just let it drain all the way, and hopefully they'll perk back up. If not, oh well, first time for everything. Look at that watermelon, boy. Wow, this is amazing. Look at these. This is just craziness. And this is the smallest one right here. Here's a vine right here. This is the largest vine, the longest vine. Look at it. It's just crazy. I can't believe how fast these watermelon are growing. This is crazy. Alright, so, bad news. Remember my beautiful green beans that were just flourishing? Yeah. They started dying. At first I thought it could be some kind of insect problem, but I found out that this one too had too much water. Drained it all out, and what I did was all of the pots, even the ones that were supposed to be self-draining, I drilled holes at the bottom so that I will be certain that they all are draining. So hopefully that was the reason why my green beans died off. If they don't come back up, that's okay, because I started another set of green beans, and I went ahead and put everything in the mini greenhouse, and I'll tell you why. This is that set of garlic chives that I planted. Got about 6 of them coming up right there, but I decided to put in the greenhouse anyway, just to speed up the germination process of the rest of them. Here I go again, not labeling things. One of these is broccoli. I went ahead and started the broccoli over. I'll come back to the broccoli and tell you why. One of these is green beans. And one of these is spinach. Remember that spinach that never grew? Starting it again. Gonna try. The green onions. Green onions started dying too, and I attributed that to also the water problem. So, started some more green onions. In fact, I love green onions so much that I started 2 of them. Put everything in the greenhouse, so hopefully they'll germinate quick. Oh, by the way, see, I went ahead and started the green onions in the same kind of pot I started the garlic chives in, so that I wouldn't have to transplant them later. I don't mind transplanting the green beans, broccoli, and squash because they're going to be a little bit bigger. So, the reason I started the broccoli over is because they just pretty much died off. I waited too late to transplant them, and they just all shriveled up and died. The same thing with the cabbage, but I decided I'm not too fond of cabbage anyway, so just gonna leave the cabbage alone. This is where I planted my lettuce, the spring lettuce salad mix. Still hasn't sprouted yet, but that's about it. I guess the next update will be to see whether my plants that have died off are going to come back to life, and also to see whether my newly planted seeds have germinated. So that's it for this episode of Green Pinky.